Welcome to the Tech Connect podcast. It's time to get connected.
Everyone, I'm Dean Reverman. We're here with Mark Fraker, and we're at BlueStar's podcast studios. We're here today to talk about HybridSaaS, what it is and what advantages it brings to our partners in the community. So Mark, let's start off right there. What is HybridSaaS?
I think, Dean, one of the most important things that you have to remember is most people think SaaS means software as a service. Exactly.
Yep.
And at BlueStar, it's solution as a service. So hybrid is hybrid solution as a service. We received a lot of different requests for a lot of different ways to finance deals within the channel. And going back to about 2015, we started out with our HybridSaaS program, and we've constantly tweaked it and got it to a point where we are today, which is truly the most unique financing model in all of the channel. So what is HybridSaaS? HybridSaaS is a program that allows our customers to go out and do a subscription base, a SaaS base, a CapEx. They can do a rip and replace, a lot of different types of different financing models that I'm sure we're going to get into.
Yep.
And the great thing about it is it fits every single end user's business model, as well as fitting all of our resellers' business models as well. One program fits all those models.
And you know what's really also unique about this particular program is that if the reseller wants, they can get paid up front. And we'll get into that a little bit more here in just a bit, but that is such a key concept here. So let's talk about the reseller themselves. Why should our partners consider HybridSaaS when they're out in the marketplace coming up with deals?
Well, so let's take this. Most SaaS models do not include the hardware. We were able to partner with a privately held finance company that allows us to take the hardware, the software, services, help desk contracts, maintenance contracts, everything, put it into what BlueStar calls our in-a-box, which we trademarked about 12 years ago. And from that, all of that can be built into a subscription model and be paid on a monthly basis. That's probably the most key thing, and the reason why any of our resellers would want to do this is to encompass all of the solutions and offerings that they have into one box, one monthly low price.
And another concept that we'll get into, you already mentioned it, is the idea of rip and replace. You know, it's through a subscription model. We are now enabling partners, or partners can be enabled to do a rip and replace after 3 to 5 years, correct?
I think the biggest advantage to that is, technology is constantly changing and ever so more rapidly, right? If I said to you, you're going to use your same cell phone in 3, 4, 5 years, your answer is?
No.
Right, absolutely, right? So why would we expect any of our customers to use the same product, 3 or 4 or 5 years down the road? Let's just take point of sale, for example. I mean, right now, point of sale in brick and mortar is 20 feet inside the front door. In 5 years, it might be a 42-inch touchscreen in the middle of the store where the transaction's taking place, right? So I think what it does is it makes it very sticky solution for our resellers to go in and offer this. There's no one else out there offering this to any of their customers. So no one's going to walk in the front door of one of their customers and say, hey, I have this new solution for you, and they can say, well, are you going to give me brand new internet? Are you going to give me brand new Wi-Fi? Are you going to give me new point of sale? Are you going to give me new data collectors, RFID solution, and so on and so on? And the answer is probably no. In our HybridSaaS, in 3, 4, 5 years, you can have all of that offered up to your customer and just start the clock again on a new HybridSaaS model.
So yeah, absolutely makes it more sticky for our customers, but also it matches the buying behavior, if you will, of a changing marketplace, right? I think you have some statistics about how the marketplace is changing and how it accommodates that.
Well, it's amazing. They're saying that in just like 4 years, 40% of our own channel is going to retire, and the next year, 2025, that 75%, 70% will all be millennials. Well, that's still going to happen at the customer level as well, right? And the way that the millennials consume technology is totally different than my age on how we consume technology. The great thing is that when you look at these technology companies, and by the way, in 2019, there were about 100,000 technology software companies in North America, and they're predicting in 2027 that there will be close to 1 million. All of these people are coming out and putting these solutions together in subscription models. And they do it based on consumptions of X, right? And X could be, let's just take a blockchain solution, for example. Sometimes X is the number of gigs that are secured and locked down. In other examples of blockchain, it is the number of transactions that are locked down. If you took a last mile delivery solution, for example, some of them is on all of the POs that are delivered. That's a consumption. But in others, it's the miles that were delivered, right?
True. Yep.
So you have to be able to put together a program that meets all of these different subscription-based models. HybridSaaS does exactly that. We can handle the consumption of units in any form or fashion and put it into a monthly plan along with, as we said earlier, the hardware, the services, and everything else.
And bundle it all together. And so we've got a lot of flexibility on the end user side because they can now have one nice monthly payment for the technology that is installed. But what also makes the HybridSaaS program unique is, again, back to the reseller partner and their opportunities to manipulate, if you will, their payments. Let's dive into that a little bit. With our HybridSaaS program, if the reseller wants to get paid 100%, they can, but there's flexibility there too, right?
Sure. On the reseller side, there's a lot of different business models as well. Some have a traditional business model. They sell, and their sales teams are compensated immediately upon the install being finished, right? CapEx, true model.
Yep.
However, in this particular case, they can offer the OpEx solution, the subscription model, but they can still get paid as a CapEx. In other words, they get 100% up front, like you said. But maybe they only want 75% up front and take 25% as a reoccurring monthly payment coming in over the length of the contract. They can do that, or they can split it up 60-40, 70-30, however they want. So it's very flexible for them to work at going from a traditional CapEx offering over to an OpEx offering in a full SaaS or subscription base. That path makes it very easy for them to transfer over, and maybe they end up with a sales team that is part old school and CapEx compensated, and to the younger folks that are more used to an OpEx solution compensation.
It can accommodate both.
Absolutely.
And so as they're transitioning their team, we can accommodate that. You know, you mentioned earlier on the in-a-box bundle concept, and so let's talk about that a little bit. Because I know some of the questions are, what types of products can I bundle into this? Well, through in-a-box, we can bundle a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, you know, we trademarked in-a-box probably 10 or 12 years ago, and I think it was probably one of the best things that we ever did at BlueStar from a marketing business development standpoint, because it was something that we were being requested of many times by our resellers, right? They want to be able to have a solution. They want to be able to take the hardware, the software, services, maintenance contracts, help desk contracts, everything, and put it into one box and then sell it, you know, monthly payments. This is what affords them to do it, and the fact that we found a financial partner who doesn't matter what the mix is or percentage mix is of hardware to software to services in the bundle, they'll finance it the same. So that was the true, you know, other advantage that we touched on early on about the HybridSaaS program.
So, Mark, let's talk about the tool sets that a reseller would use, or a partner of ours would use, getting into the HybridSaaS, right? So there's some interest here, but how do they get started? What tools do we have that they can kind of weigh the option between CapEx, OpEx, and things like that?
So we already hit on one of them, and that was obviously the in-a-box, right? We want them to go to our in-a-box configurator online and build out their in-a-box with everything in it. As soon as they hit submit on that, it comes directly back to the marketing team, and our in-a-box team members get together with them and cross all the T's and dot all the I's with that in-a-box bundle. The next thing that we've done is we take that in-a-box, the SKUs and the different items, and we load it into a finance portal that is provided by our finance partner in conjunction with HybridSaaS. Now, in this portal, it's password and ID protected. So once they get into it, it's just a tool set for their own sales team, nobody else. No one can get into it. But it has all the components of the in a box so that they can go and say there's 2 units of this, there's 10 units of this, and so on and so on. And they build it out. And the great thing is they can do a quick quote in the matter of seconds.
Okay.
They can go and do a formal quote. Takes, a few minutes to do that. But it also has all the ACH forms that are needed for credit and such. All of the information to go back out to the end user for the credit apps, and any of the taking and saying, I want 30% up front, 70% up. What does this look like? What are the payments, to the end user? And it makes it very simple and very easy for their entire sales team to use. In fact, we even have training programs that BlueStar will provide for any of the reseller sales teams on how to use the tool set.
I gotcha.
So really, all you have to do is when you go to our HybridSaaS site is just click on the more information, and it takes you directly to our HybridSaaS team, which will walk you through this entire process.
So the tool set sounds like exactly what they need. They can get in, they can get the information that they need, they have the levers that they can pull, even to develop quick quotes or full proposals, and then activate the deal itself.
Absolutely.
Yes. So we're offering flexibility. We've got an in-a-box bundling solution where we can bundle the solutions together and offer up holistic solutions along the way. So when you think about it, folks, that's what HybridSaaS is all about, is enabling folks through a financial tool, if you will, to take to market flexible payment options on the end user side and flexible compensation, if you will, on the reseller side as well. So if you're looking for more information, just visit BlueStarInc.com or contact your BlueStar sales representative for more information.